Shalom. This is your brother Dawad. First and foremost, I'm Sekha Alayam Yahweh Basham Lakamashiach Yahweh Shai Basham Wakakadesh for allowing me to wake up today. This glorious Friday to bring out this lesson. The title of this lesson is Faith Without Work is Dead. Like I usually do little short videos on my Instagram, and I said earlier, I took an example. I said, just like you love money and you go to work every day, sometimes people go to work 6 days a week. Like I work 6 days a week. You go to work 6 days a week just to get that money. Just like you have to work for the Most High 7 days a week to get the kingdom if you want to be part of His kingdom. The same way you put work to get your money, which is your God on this earth, you gotta work for the Most High spiritually 7 days a week to get the spiritual gifts that He's gonna give you. Just like you work hard, you go out there enslaving yourself to get paid with that paycheck, right? That's a perfect example to show how hypocrite people are, man. How much they are hypocrites. They don't put the same amount of work for the Most High that they put for money. They're not motivated to get the kingdom as much as they're motivated to get that paycheck, though. That's why to prove that money is your God. You put anything before the Most High, then He becomes your God. You worship whatever you put before Him, and He's a jealous God. So you gotta understand that faith without work. You can't prove the Most High that you love Him without putting any work in. When I'm talking about work, it's not like you studying and, you know, and doing things for yourself. I'm telling you to go out there and tell people they are Israelites. Do as much as you can, even a little video you post to tell people who they are, you know, because a lot of people won't post this truth because they don't really believe in it. They don't really believe. They don't want to be seems like ridiculous in front of other people, in front of the world. They still want to be part of the world. You know, they don't want to post this truth. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to seems to be weird in front of other people. I have people in the world that I used to be cool with. Now they see me, they compliment me, but they won't do what I do. But they'll compliment you. Say, "Oh, I like the path that you're taking in life." But I don't need your validation. I take my own path. I have my own ways. And everybody got their own path. That's why I never force anyone to do anything. I just become a light. That's what being an Israelite is. You become a light to the world. We even have light in the word Israelite. See, Israelite. You have to become a light to the world. When they see you change. A person that was just like them, and you become a whole different person just because you believe. You're wearing your fringes now. You stop smoking. You stop drinking. You stop partying. You stop doing the things that they're doing. But they're gonna start now. They're gonna start questioning themselves. You know, you become a light to them. Without further ado, we're about to get in the precepts, man. So faith without work is dead. You have if you cannot just say I have faith and then you think the Most High will just go with that because this is how you prove yourself worthy. I'm also going to the book of Wisdom of Solomon to show you how you prove yourself worthy for the Most High. All right, let's go to the book of James, chapter 2 and verse 14. All right, we're gonna read this whole highlighted part right here. The book of James, chapter 2, and verse 14, and it reads, "What do it profit, my brethren, though a man say he have faith and have not works? Can faith save him? Can only faith save you?" Even though in the book of Ephesians, chapter 2, it says, the Most High's grace and faith, right? Will not of work, okay? But we're about to go in the NLT to really say to really get context of what you really saying, all right? Because you cannot have faith and not have any type of work. For you to have faith, you need to have some type of work. That means you don't have to do huge amount of work. You don't have to be the biggest Israelite out there, but you need to at least keep the commandments. You cannot just have faith and just be a regular nigga. I could just say, okay, I believe in your house and just go back in the world and do whatever the hell I want. But no, you have to keep the commandments. That's what work is commandments. You have to keep the commandments regardless. Just because you believe now, this does not mean you don't have to keep the commandments. You still have to keep the commandments. And the commandments are not grievous. They're not hard to keep. Or not, you know what? You know that? Verse 14, let's read it again. What do it profit, my brethren? Though a man say he have faith and have not works, can faith save him? Like, can only faith save you? All right. Verse 15 said, if a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food, if you see your brother or your sister, right, he has nothing and they are hungry, right? Verse 16 said, and one of you say unto them, depart in peace and be ye warmed and filled. So if you just say, you can just go and be warm and filled. You just give them a word of encouragement, right? Let's keep reading. Notwithstanding, ye give them not those things which are needful to the body. What do it profit? Okay, what does your word of encouragement profit if you do not help that person with what they need? Like you don't give them food or clothing. You just tell them to just go and be warm and be filled. May your belly be filled. May your body be warm. But you don't give them no clothing. You see that depends. That have to have work put in. That means you have to take something out of your comfort zone. Give them something of your own. That's that's like give and take. All right. You cannot just tell people to just be blessed without you blessing them. If I tell you I'm hungry and you just tell me, man, may your stomach be filled, brother. How's that gonna help me out, man? How's that gonna help me out without you giving me a piece of bread? All right, what does that profit me? Okay, so what does that gonna profit the most High if you just say you have faith and not have no work, man? Well, how does that profit the most High without you telling your other brothers that they are Israelites? What does that profit him? Not a damn thing. You're not doing anything for the most High, so he ain't gonna do nothing for you. All right. Verse 17, he said, even so faith, if ye have not works, is dead being alone. All right. So you need to keep the commandments and have faith. Other way is dead. Everything is dead, man. You need to have some type of work put in. And it's a commandment to go tell your people that they are Israelites. It's a commandment to go out on the highways and byways, right? And teach. It's a commandment. You have to keep the Sabbath. It's a commandment to pray to the Most High and fasting. All right. Because you cannot say you love the Most High and you don't do any of that, man. Because that would be, that would be contradiction because people will see you still living your regular life, just like a Christian. They go to the club on Saturday and go to the church on Sunday. When I used to be a Mormon, when I was a kid, I used to party all night on Saturday, and then Sunday morning I'll go bless the sacrament drunk. I'll be drunk and I'm blessing the sacrament. I will be drunk from Saturday night, and they had nobody else to do it but me and some other brothers. I'd be drunk and doing that. And I bet they will smell the alcohol in my breath, but still let me do it. You know what I'm saying? This is how Christians are and the world is. They just encourage you to do folly and madness. But the most I don't encourage that, you know? I don't even be drinking wine anymore. The only thing I drink is my smoothie and water. I don't even drink wine. I don't drink any liquor whatsoever. Sober minded, right? Verse 18 said, yeah, a man may say, thou hast faith and have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my work. Right? You cannot show me faith without work, bro. How you gonna say you love something without putting any work in? If you say you love soccer, right? How come you gonna tell me you love soccer without you been in a training camp all the time? You training, you always playing soccer. And that's why people. That's why. Like, let's take Kobe for an example. This dude love basketball. You will stay in the gym later than everybody to put in the work. That's why he's one of the greats. Michael Jordan did that. Kobe did that. You know, they do extra work because they want extra results. All right. So you cannot say you have faith without you putting any work in, without showing the Most High that you have faith, because you will not do something if you do not believe in it. Why would you pray every night to Yahweh if you do not believe to Yahweh? You need to have faith. You need to put work to prove your faith. This is what the scripture is talking about. You need to put work in to prove your faith. You have to prove your faith by your work. That's how you show your faith, through your work. Guys, verse 19. Thou believest that thou believest that there is one God, that does well, that doeth well. The evils also believe and tremble. All right. The devils always believes in troubles. So even when you see somebody out there, they act like they don't believe in the Most High. They do, because there's way more things they would have done if they didn't have a little bit of faith. Even the devil, even the people who does evil have a little faith, because they will go out there and just go on a killing spree every day. It's because they have a little bit of, faith. They know that someone's watching them. So you cannot just say I believe and not do any work for the Most High, and not keeping His commandments. All right. Verse 20 said, but wilt thou know, O vain man, that faith without work is dead? Right. Verse 21 said, was not Abraham our father justified by works when he had offered Isaac his son upon the altar? When the Most High told Abraham to sacrifice his chosen son Isaac, right? What did he do? He went and did it without any question. He went and did it. That's what you prove your faith to what the Most High asks you to do. The Most High asks you to do something, you just do it without asking no question. If you really love the Most High, then you will do what He says with no question ask. All right. This is how you prove your love for the Most High. Verse First John chapter 2. All right. That's how you love. You show your love to the Most High. All right. He said, First John chapter 2 and verse 3. He said, and hereby we do know that we know Him, if we keep His commandments. If you do not keep the Most High commandment, you do not know the Most High. If you just think I can eat whatever I want, I can live however I want, but I love God though. I believe in the higher things though. I believe I'm spiritual, bro. I have news for you. You are going to die. if you don't repent. The Most High will not be dealing with this type of folly and madness. If you just think you can just put the Most High on standby and just live your life however you want. All right. Verse 4, it said, He that said, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments, is a liar, and the truth is not in him. If you say you love the Most High, and you have faith in the Most High, and you do not keep his commandments, you have no work, then you are a liar. That's how you know a liar. Your pastor is a liar. Your deacons is a liar because he does not keep the whole commandment. Anybody who says they love the Most High and keep not the deity law, who don't pray, who don't fast, who don't praise his name wherever they go, who does not wear fringes, he is a liar. Point blank and simple. And the truth of the Most High is not in him. When whatever they tell you is a lie. It will never be true. All they tell you is lies. They do this just for the clicks, just for the views. All right. Let's go to another. So this is John 14 and 15. All right. This is how you show love to the Most High. This is how you show love to the Most High, man. All right. The Yahweh Shai says, red letter, if ye love me, keep my commandments, man. All right. If ye love me, keep my commandments. Right. If you love the Most High, because he was speaking in third person, right? To the he says, all right. Let's read the context. All right. Let's start with 12. He said, Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believe on me, the works that I do shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father. You see, Yahweh Shai and Yahweh are not the same person. All right, so he speaks for the Most High Yahweh on earth. He's like an ambassador. All right, he said, I go unto my Father. He don't go to himself, he go to his Father. All right, verse 13 said, And whatsoever ye shall ask in my name, I will do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. So whatever he'll do for you is for the glory of Yahweh. All right. And ye shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. If ye love me, keep my commandments. All right. It said, I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever. When you get that Holy Spirit, you repented and you get that Holy Spirit, the comforter, this is going to be on you forever. It don't matter if you stumble, it will always be, it's like a fire that is in you. You can't quench it, but it's always there. You got to feed the fire to get it higher and higher, bigger and bigger. Like, I always have my comforter in me. The Most I gave me a new spirit. Even when I was trying to go astray, the comforter keep bringing me back. I can't go astray. Once I receive that comforter, there's no way you can go back because the parties don't feel the same. The women don't look the same. The people don't feel the same. The liquor you drinking do not taste the same. Anything, everything become different to you. You become a whole different person, right? Because of the comforter that the Most High send you, He will abide with you forever. You can never get rid of it. All right. Let's go to the next chapter. The book of John, chapter 15. We're gonna start at verse 15. All right. Let's start at verse 15. Uh, actually, 10. All right, 10. Let's go to 10, and then we're gonna read down all red letter. We'll start with 9. It said, Verse 9 said, As the Father have loved me, also so I have loved you. Continue ye in my love. Because if you don't know that Yahweh Shai created us for himself, let's get that in the book of Colossians. We're gonna come back. All right. We're gonna with 12 say, giving thanks unto the Father which have made us meet but to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints in light, who have delivered us from the power of darkness and have translated us into his kingdom of his dear son. Okay, so this is the kingdom of Yahweh Shai. All right. The Most High Yahweh gave Yahweh Shai power to do everything for himself, right? To establish his kingdom on earth. 14, in whom we have redemption through his blood, Yahweh Shai, even the forgiveness of sin. Verse 15, who is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of every creature. The Most High create Yahweh Shai first. And then he tell him to just make brothers and make things for himself. All right. Just like playing the game of Monopoly. All right. Verse 16 said, for by him were all things created, included us, that are in heaven and that are in the earth, visible and invisible. There, whether be they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers, all things were created by him and for him. Everything is created for Yahweh Shai by the power of Yahweh. So that does not mean Yahweh Shai is God. No, that means he is the first son. He gets everything. Let's go back to John chapter 15. All right. Say, if ye keep my commandments, all right. Say, as let's do it now again. As the Father have loved me, so I have loved you. Continue ye in my love. If ye keep my commandments, ye shall abide in my love, even as I kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love. So Yahweh shall keep Yahweh commandments and he pass it down to us. He's like an ambassador, like I said, he's an ambassador through us and Yahweh. You cannot go through Yahweh directly without going through Yahweh Shai first. All right. Verse 11, and he said, these things have I spoken unto you, that my joy might remain in you, and that your joy might be full. This is my commandment, that he love one another, and how, as I love you. Greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. All right. We're ready to die for this truth so we can raise our friends up, man, so we can um, wake up the elects. All right. We put our life in danger, in jeopardy to do that, bro. That's love. That's great love we do for you right now. These videos I'm doing right now make me lose friends and family. This truth that I'm speaking now make me isolated from everybody. But guess what? It's love. Because Yahweh tell me to do it through Yahweh Shai. Because I love them both. That's why I'm doing this. All right, verse 14 say, ye are my friends, and ye do whatsoever I command you. Yeah, if you the most Yahweh Shai friends, then you're gonna do what they commanded you. Verse 15 say, whenceforth I call you not servants, for the servants know not what his love doeth, but I've called you friends. So if you were a servant, right, the most I would not tell you anything. He would just tell you do this, do that. But guess what? The most I call you a friend. For all things that I have heard of my Father, I have made known to you. Everything that the most I tell him, he tells you because he called you a friend, not his servant, but he called you a friend, a brother. All right. Verse 16, ye ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that ye shall go and bring forth fruits, and that your fruit shall remain, and that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you. He may give it you. Verse 17. This thing I command you, that ye love one another. And if the world hated you, you know that he hated me before he hated you. If verse 19, if ye were of the world will love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you. So be careful what you do in this Bible, in the scriptures. If you do not keep all the commandments, whatever the most I tell you to do, if you see something in this precept, you have to keep it. It don't matter who says it. If the most I said it to a prophet, that means it's come straight from the source. So you have to keep the commandments. That's how you prove your love to the Most High, without no doubt. All right, that's what I'm saying. He said you should go and bring fruits. All right, say that he shall go and bring forth fruits, that he may, and that your fruits shall remain. When you bring fruits, like you go and tell somebody they are Israelites and they believe, they shall remain in the truth. They're gonna stay in the truth because you do not sow bad fruits, bad seeds. When you tell somebody that they are Israelites, they're gonna keep watching you now. They're gonna see if you really are about what you're saying. If you do not keep the commandments, you be lukewarm, then they're gonna fall out of the truth too. That's one of the biggest mistakes that I made, but I figured out that when I first got in the truth, I was doing it out of fear, not out of love. But now I understand. Now I'm keeping the commandments out of love that I have for my father and my brother Yahweh Shai. Not out of fear, not because I'm scared of dying. I do it because I love them, not because I'm fearing what they're telling me, because I love them. That's why I'm keeping the commandments, because I love them, not because I'm scared of for my life. If you keep the commandments because you're scared of what's gonna happen, you hear about the destruction that's coming to America, you're doing that just because of the destruction, then you're gonna fall out. You have to love the Most High with all your might, with all your soul. All right. With that, I'm gonna close out. I'm gonna say, "Kala Yam Yahweh Basham Malak Mashiach Yahweh Shai."